and the stories change and stuff, man. And that's why I'm hoping to open the panel up more, and people start coming up more, because that's where we really start hearing those stories, man. And you know, it's motivational, man. You know,
What's crazy is everyone has the same outlook, no matter all the, all the bumps and all the
yeah,
trials and tribulations we faced. Everybody, willing to will still pick their, not feel sorry for themselves, really to still hold themselves accountable, and just go out there and just push forward, man. You know what I mean? Like when you were talking about when you got out, I can't afford to lose again, brother. You know what I mean? Too many people depend on me. I was talking to my auntie last night, and I just told her, I was like, I appreciate you guys, because they all showed up to my parole hearing, and I had like 25 people in there. The parole officer was looking at me. He goes, "I've never seen this many people show up for one person in my whole 40 years I've done this." He goes, "You stand to let a lot of people down, young man." I said, "I'm never coming back to this place. I don't belong here." Like, you know what I mean? Don't what scared me is how I thrived in there, brother. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I'm so grateful that I met Manuel, my friend. He's been down 33 years, and I'm trying to get him out. We're trying to push to get him out of prison. But I'm so grateful for that, man, because that's where the change. That dude actually demanded better of me. You know what I mean? And he was a father to me. And yes, we were part of a STG, and but I think people, like I still have my placazo on my back, and people ask me why, and I say because that's where the change took place. You know what I mean? That's where the change happened. And it's not, to me, it's not a negative thing. Um,
I get
I
that.
carry it. I carry it with pride still. You know what I mean? And people, what's crazy is one day one of my brothers from prison showed up and he said, "Hey, bro, all these fools are talking about us." And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, they're talking about the carnals." And I said, "Is that right?" And I said, "Do me a favor, bro. Just look around this house." And he looked, and I look at the pictures. I said, "That ain't me, bro. I go, I'm a family man. I don't care who's saying what about who, bro. I don't care about that anymore. I don't care." I said, "Brother, I'm not with that no more. And I hope you respect that." And like I said, I didn't run from my brothers. I straight told them where I stood. Like, I still love you and respect you that you're on that path. I'm not. And I hope you respect that too. And if you're going to burn bread on me, then so be it. But it never happened. It never happened. You know what I mean? And I still call them my brothers today. But, we are all on different paths. Everyone comes to a place, where they come. Like me, I paroled from a minimum, bro. I'm not going to lie. I paroled from a minimum. I was programming.
right?
And I said, shit can jump off anywhere. You know what I mean? It almost jumped in there. And I was like, um, if people, to me, it's weird how people have their opinion, but have never been there. And to me, it's like you could never understand it till you really. And the ones who flash out and do all the crazy stuff and say, look at me." It's hard for me to believe that person, that you were anything, any kind of wear, because you don't carry yourself like that, brother. I seen dudes. The meekness is what scares me more than anything. That a dude who was a real guy, that is meek and quiet, and you can blah 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 blah, and it doesn't even phase him because he's been there. This is all talk. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's all talk till it's not. And and so that's why I say salute to you guys, man. You motivate me to want to be a better channel. Want to I got into, I don't know if you've seen it a couple weeks ago, or it was like a week ago, with OG. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I let him have his time. He wanted to have a little back and forth, and I said, "Cool." So I knew he was going to do that. I had to pull that live down right away. But um, he's like, "Are you a positive channel?" And I said, "No, I'm a life channel." I said,
That's right.
"Because life ain't always positive. It ain't always pretty. So I'm a life channel, man. So I do show negativity." He goes, "Well, why do you show that?" And I said, "You know what? I realized I came up with a plan on how to build my channel, and it worked. I didn't, you know what I mean? I studied some stuff, and I was like, I think this will work, and I show stuff that's, some people, don't rock with it, and I get it. Or some people may look like you're glorifying it. And, the fact of the matter is, this shit happens every day in our life.
That's
And I
right.
hope you got your head on a swivel, and I hope that you're aware of your surroundings, because Joey, and if anyone who's ever been in any kind of military, whatnot, you always have to be around of your surroundings. The atmosphere, as well as I do, Joey. In that atmosphere, you can feel it ready to jump. Like I can cut it with a knife. It's
Yep.
gonna handle, like, whether you're directly involved or not. It's gonna crack off. So You know,
Absolutely, man.
I would hope everyone's just aware, like we're living in some crazy times right now. They're trying to make society weaker, man. You guys were talking about earlier, you know, I woke up this morning, my kitchen was a mess. My son lives with me, and he gets up, and I kind of have a, you know, talk with him. He goes, "Why are you talking to me all upset?" I said, "I'm talking to you in a normal tone. I'm talking real calm to you, but you're getting." He didn't even want to have the conversation. Like, bro, you're that much of a cupcake, bro, that I can't talk to you and just connect with you. I'm trying to tell you, hey, bro, you know what I mean? And I shouldn't have to talk to you like this. I shouldn't even have to ask you this. But how, like, defensive they get, such, you know what I mean? So defensive. And I'm like, bro, I'm just having a conversation with you. I'm asking you, don't do this no more, please. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I was listening to you guys, and I'm over here cleaning my kitchen because it was me and my wife's anniversary last night, and I don't want my wife to make up to a mess. So
Congratulations, brother.
appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Absolutely,
Oh,
man.
there's my brother EBK family in the house, man.
Hell yeah.
EBK, man. Tapped in, brother. I don't
Maxine.
really comment much and stuff, but I'm tapped in, brother. I'm
Yeah,
subscribed and I'm tapped in, brother. I watch you, man.
yeah.
Salute to EBK,
I
man.
dig, I dig, I dig EBK, man. I dig.
The real
Hey,
one.
I dig
He keeps
Conejo. Salute to Conejo. Yeah, he is. He is. You know what I mean? So I don't really look at it like, I don't carry those prison politics on here to YouTube. You know what I mean? Be like, hey, hey, brother. You know what I mean? We all learn at a different pace, and if you did, you know, whatever, bro, I don't care. Like I said, people, there's stuff that I did that was unpleased. They call me a dropout, and I said, okay, I'm a dropout. It's cool.
right.
I don't
but
care about that anymore.
why does that matter if you want to grow? You know,
It
that's
don't,
as
and it
somebody,
don't.
yeah, as somebody like, I mean,
It don't.
I'm from San Jose, dude. Anybody that knows anything about San Jose in the 90s and 2000s know what that bullshit was about. And I'm not disrespecting anybody, but there were certain things that were being projected out there at that time that, um, let me put it this way, okay? I don't know shit, but I just look at it this way: as you guys are older heads that have been there, done that, okay? What's it look like if you just keep promoting the younger generation to go out there and do the same thing that you did? You're not growing. You're not
Yeah.
teaching anybody to grow. You're teaching them to be stagnant and only learn one way. And that doesn't, I understand that there's a lot more that goes to it that we're not getting into, but it's like this, dude. If you say that you want more, like, you guys are good examples of this, in the sense of, if you say you want more for your homeboys, then you need to show them something different. Because if you don't show them something different, that's where I stand on, you know, like, again, I wanted to drive a truck. I did whatever it took to get there. And I influence people. You want to drive a truck? I'll show you how to do it. It's not going to be an easy journey, but you know what? At the end of the day, you can stand up and be proud. You know, some people need titles in this life, you know, and be a part of something. Being a truck driver, you know, the traditional side of it, that's that's what it is, dude. You know, like, there's some people that are proud to be from their neighborhood. I don't see anything wrong with that. Now, when you take and you influence children to go out there and keep making the same mistakes, and feeding the green machine, so to speak, I don't I think that, you know, when it comes to the dropout thing, hey, dude, so what? You want to keep playing the game? Like, I'm going to quote Badger. What's it look like when you're in your 60s and you're still out there representing?
There's dudes who do it, bro, and it's crazy to me. But there's weirdos who are like 50 years old still hanging out with kids promoting that life. To me, that's weirdo shit, man. I don't, you know
Doesn't
what
that,
I mean?
like, you know, I said this before, and Joey and I disagreed on this, but I just think, you know, isn't that a different kind of, I don't know what that word's called, but basically influencing? I mean, like, you're a 50-year-old
Grooming.
dude.
Grooming.
Would you agree
Yeah,
or disagree?
I mean, technically,
absolutely.
you know, if you're teaching a young man that is impressionable, you know, looking for love because maybe he doesn't have a father in the home or whatever the case may be.
I mean, I'm
Uh,
not calling nobody out, dude. I'm just saying
no,
it.
I know, I get what you're saying,
No,
but
yeah,
I'm just keeping it a buck 50. If you have a grown man who's teaching a young man how to gang bang and how to, you know, pack a piece and how to go out there and commit crime, he's leading that young man in the wrong direction, and technically it is a form, I'm just keeping it a buck 50, of grooming. You're molding a young mind and heart, you know, and the way you feel that young man or that young child, girl, male, female, whatever, should, that you're molding them in the direction that you want them to go, and that is grooming. That's grooming.
Yeah.
You know, and so I mean, it's you know, it's sad, man, and that's one of the reasons why I started this channel, is because I pray to God that, you know, people can, somebody, and I know people have. I've gotten messages, man, and it's, those are hard to take sometimes, because yeah, I don't even know how to accept some of the messages that I've gotten, but you know, it's obvious that some people take something from the things that are said on these panels, and from me and from others, and that's important, man. And if there's youngsters that are taking something from this, learning, um, realizing, hey, that's not the fucking life I want to live. You know, because the hypocrisy is real, man. Like, you meet real ones, and some people that I'll actually say I consider a brother and never did me wrong, but at the same time, for every one you might meet like that, there's 1,000 that are conniving, backstabbing pieces of shit
That's right.
that will stab you in your back in a heartbeat. So, I
Yep.
mean, you know, you're going to find a handful of loyal ones, but there's going to be a shit ton of ones that are just, you know, so I don't know. It's a cold world, man. And I want to see our youngsters stay away from that environment.
and, and and the reason why I bring this up, man, is because, like, when I said musically, so, like, I don't know if you know this band called they're from San Diego, Southtown, San Diego. Okay. Um, the lead singer, Sonny Sandoval,
Yeah.
um, has a band, or he has a movement called the Whosoever movement. Okay.
Yeah,
And
from
so,
John 3:16, whosoever, yeah, from John 3:6, based on the Bible verse, John 3:16.
and Brian Head Welch is part of it.
Correct. Yeah,
And
from
so,
Corn.
right. And they reach out. Their whole belief is, you know, again, this is what I try to project to people. They're all about Sonny Sandoval grew up in a home with his, you know, Christian home, and he was running the streets, and anybody that wants to check out his um testimony, check it out. But the bottom line that band was written on was the fact of unity and love. And that is what we do not have enough of in this country, in my opinion. We have a lot of projections towards things that we should love in their eyes, but in reality, the true love starts with, hey, if you love your kid, you're going to show, or if you love anybody from any country that came here, or, you know what I mean? We're all a melting pot here, dude, and we're supposed to love each other and see each other grow. We're not supposed to see each other destroy each other. Now, there are people out there that, hey, they got to go. But we're not talking about those people. We're talking about, your neighbor. It goes as simple as know who's living next to you, dude. Know what's happening next to you. Like, as a kid, my parents were a little strict, and, hey, it is what it is, dude. I mean, look at the world that we're growing up in. But at the same time, it's like, hey, you know, show your kids that I believe in breaking the mold, dude. I don't have kids, but I look at it this way. If I did have kids, or any kids that are around me, my nephews or nieces, every generation is supposed to break the mold, dude. So all the bad shit that you did, your kids are supposed to overthrow you and show you how to do it. If you didn't do it, they're gonna do it, or you want to influence them to do it. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Absolutely. And I
You
agree. The sense of community is out the door, man.
right.
Like, you know what I mean? It's
Yep.
Yeah.
unfortunate, man. Like, and
So
I agree. Like, yeah, you should know your community, the people around you.
so then in that sense, I have older kids, and so two of my kids, my oldest kids, I have three. My two oldest are both Fallons. So in that sense, but I've never promoted that shit to them. They've never seen their dad be no gangster. They never seen their dad, you know what I mean, do dumb shit. So,
Right.
you know,
It
in
happened.
that sense I failed. So no, and it does. But at the
No,
same
you
time,
did
it's like
fail.
how much influence do I really have? You know, but that comes from me not being in their life the first years of their life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you know what, dude? You did that. It happened. What are you going to do now? That's how I look at it. Okay, so that happened, dude. But you know what? What are you going to do now? You can only fix the right now. You know, um, to me,
Oh,
I'm always gonna look at my relationship with my father a certain way because of the fact that to me, I don't have anything to prove to nobody. And a lot of people out here, my dad had something to prove and he proved it. But I don't have anything to prove to nobody because I'm me. I ain't changing for you. I ain't saying shit that's gonna make you all feel warm and fuzzy. I'm gonna tell you how I really feel from the heart, from the gut. Like, you know, um, and I believe that, if somebody wants to go and live the lifestyle, whatever lifestyle that is, you don't, like I said before, you don't go to a car mechanic to learn how to drive a truck. So if you want to learn how to, or if you want to get the information, let's put it that way, to know what you're about to go through, to get a preview, you go to the people that have been there, the ones that are making the moves, that are changing, that are climbing out of that rut, not to insult anybody, but motherfuckers that actually had to get down in the trench and now walked out of that trench and said, yeah, I did that. To bring up Nate for 1 second, Nate said something that I think anybody that's ever been through what Nate's been through, um, Nate said that person that I was when I walked out that gate, that person stayed there. This is the new Nate. This is me. This is me, just like you said, Joey. This is freedom. Okay. I believe in that all the way around the board. Mentally, freedom, dude. Like, that's why we have this community on this channel. That's why and unfortunately, the world doesn't want you to be that way, dude. They don't want you to, they make it confusing. I'll put it this way. I'm a simple person, right? So they talk about the masculinity of men being put down, right? But then they also tell men, don't talk about your feelings. You know, keep that shit, to yourself. And you know what? It's like, okay, so how does the new generation learn about, progression? You know, where does it start? If all these people have to keep it to themselves. Now, there are things that I'm well aware that people can't talk about. And that takes time and that takes bonding with those people. And there's nothing wrong with bonding with somebody and learning what they've been through and learning their story and learning how they overcame something and taking that and applying a piece of that to your life so that you can move forward. So now you both are growing together. And I believe that, uh, Nate's outlook out there where he's at, Nate said just like you did. From he got out a certain time, he showed up the next day, had a job, right? Climbed the ranks, works for a company out here. I believe they're world uh countrywide or worldwide, but I'm not sure 100%. But he's a shop foreman, dude. You know, he's sitting there and he's, like I said, he's on in the trench doing the work with all the guys, and he's making the phone calls, dude. And like that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. A dude that was one thing and then turned around and like said, "Yeah, and I could be this too." Like fuck all that other
Absolutely,
shit.
yeah. And the thing is, man, is I don't think people really truly understand except those that have lived it. Well, and I'm not just talking prison either. I mean, it can be, SA survivor, you know what I mean? Somebody that experienced extreme abuse as a child, neglect, abandonment issues, whatever the case may be. But people go through these things in life that embed in them pain and hurt scars and you know, and throughout life you have to learn how to deal with that and overcome those emotions, those feelings, anger, pain, whatever the case may be. And it's not easy, man. It's not easy, and it takes a lot of hard work, and it takes being humble. It takes being, you know, taking an honest look at oneself. It's not easy to do. And salute to all those that you know go through that. I don't know what happened to Conrad. I think maybe he got a bad signal or something. I see we're still live streaming to his channel though. Salute to everybody that's over there on Conrad's channel, man. Much love and respect to everybody over there. I'm going to go ahead and do a brief intermission on a song that kind of fits exactly what we're talking about right now, man. You know, dealing with that pain, that post-traumatic stress disorder, you know, feeling those types of emotions and you know, stuff of that nature. Our boy Matty Boy, 32 bars, man. Let's go.
My scars cut deep, I still battle depression, but I still hurt you, dog, face my issues in prison. Mama said, ooh boy, there'll be days like this. I reflect, can't anticipate no shit like this. Our president's a flop, they promoting agendas, and it's all detrimental to the health of our children. Kids wearing bondage, what the fuck is you selling? Balenciaga caught the heat, they only part of the problem. Like who's the real target? These are things we need to ask. Politicians are pedophiles, they pay it with tax. Women get abused, can't cry for help. They get accused of being drunk or going after our wealth. And damn, man, what the fuck am I saying? I'm in here preaching on the mic when I'm part of the problem. So dope to pregnant women. Greed got the best of me. Every fucking thing in my life was fucking greedy. Crime with no conscience, jail and prison beds. And I never told you, Dad, but I shot dope when we were kids. Damn, man, that shit still bothers me. And my brain's the brain that harbors all that tortures me. Woo. That's a lot to take in. Admitting to shooting dope, that's some shit I never did. And I might tear up if my cousin's disappointed. I was held in high regard and it hurt to disappoint. But my music's my release, how I deal with all the madness. It's easier in prison, is the root of all my sadness. A life with all our freedoms to a life in these restraints. How do I say the things I say and not be labeled as insane? God, no need to send my mama back. Just let me know there's something there when you decide to call me back. I miss my mom, dad, Jim, and Blair Guthrie. A lot more than names, just these, the ones that raised me.
Man, salute to Matty Boy, man. Coming out of Cocoa County, Northern California, man. Putting in them jams, man. Real as fuck, man. That's a real dude right there, man. Been through it, man. Lost his mother and father while he was incarcerated. Man, I don't know what's going on, man. Everybody dropping out, man. What's happening, man? Corrupt. What's the link, brother? Fetty, play my new video. Okay, hold on. Is it on your channel, Corrupt? Hold on, Corrupt. Let me pull it up. Is my signal good? 5x5. We solid. Picture, sound, everything good. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, man. Is it me or is it? Everything seems good on my end. If it's me, let me know. I'm good. Everything good? All right, cool. I thought so. Is it the shorter video? Corrupt. Oh, hold on. I got it. 2 days ago. I think I got it. Here, let me drop the link real quick in the chat. Salute the plug, man. Salute to the YouTube streets, man. I see they doing some things different over there, man. Trying to change things up a little bit. I like what they're doing, man. Keep it up over there, plug. Plug sees the big picture. I think Plug sees the big picture. We got Conrad back. Hold on real quick. Let me go ahead and bring this up. Bring Conrad back up. All right. So we got
everyone,
what's up, brother? You good?
Yeah, my internet. My grandson's knocked my internet out.
Oh shit. So we got a song here, New Age plug called Another OG. Corrupt asked me to bring it up and play it, so I figured I'd go ahead and bring it up and we'd give it a listen, man. I dropped a link in the chat for anybody that wants to go ahead and go over there and show some love.
Wavy, turn it up. Old dog, new tricks I could never change. I don't want the fetty, I just want a little yay. Put it in my nose now, never in my veins. Just because I'm white now, you think I got no pain. It started with blues, graduated to the H. And shawty was trained to just run the train. It started with blues, graduated to the H. And shawty was trained to just run the train. Whoa now, got the H at the party and they slowed down. Got another $20 just some throw down. Anytime I get the fetty, they gon' go down. Another bro down, another bro down. Then the cops coming in to do a shakedown. Dog food put you straight up in the dog pound. If they don't got knock, can't ride around. They a bunch of fake friends and they all clowns. When homie died, he still owed me another OG, OD. I remember the pills in 2013, and now all my homies stay dying. Old dog, new tricks I could never change. I don't want the 50, I just want a little yay. Put it in my nose now, never in my veins. Just because I'm white now, you think I got no pain. It started with blues, graduated to the H. And shawty was trained to just run the train. It started with blues, graduated to the H. And shawty was trained to just run the train. When homie died, he still owed me another OG, OD. I remember the pills in 2013, and now all my homies stay dying.
Hey, yeah. What's that, man?
Yeah, Corrupt. What's up, brother?
That was plugged.
That was plug.
That's plug on the song. That's plug on the song, bro. I made the video a couple days ago.
Yeah, that came out dope. He's very talented, that dude.
Look,
Yeah.
one thing about that video, right? It's all legal, bro. Like it's all licensed. Every single damn thing that was used on there, bro. Like nothing came off YouTube, nothing came off of anybody else. That's all like stock. You know what I mean? Like I did it all legitimate, man. Trying to spread my wings out here, man, in the gym. You know what I mean? Jumping in the gym.
No, that was fire, homie. Salute.
Hey, yeah, definitely. Hey, Corrupt, I need a favor, brother.
What's that?
I need an intro, man.
You seen Anna? Anna ain't showed her new intro yet.
Nah, I need an intro. I need a non-copyrighted intro, something that will not get me copyrighted. Man, I need something. Even if it's just me or something. I don't know, man.
You know the hardest part of that, man, is I think Anna will be all right with it.
I gotta get an intro, man.
Yeah, me too.
I'll
buckle down and get on this shit.
You know, I'm not tripping, man. I'll pay for it, but I just the intro I made. I like the one I made myself, kinda. You know what I mean? But it's the music is copyrighted. It fucking it strikes me every time.
Yeah, there's these dudes who got beats. They make beats and they sell them here on YouTube. Matter of fact, I gotta pay for this guy's because he's got a couple of them. It's like $18, $20 a beat. You know what I mean?
Maybe that's what I'll do then, man. Just got because that's all I really need is just a hard beat, man. I don't need anything.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hard.
I just sent you. I just did an intro for Anna yesterday, bro. But that's the hardest part is getting a song that you like and a song that fits, right? But if you can
Right.
find that, then it's easy to make an intro. But I just sent you what I made, Anna. That's the second one, like, cause I sent her the first one, but the first one I just threw stuff in places, you know what I mean? And like then I put a little more effort into the set when I made it the second time. But she hadn't used it yet, man. But I just sent you what I made her yesterday.
Where did you send it at?
IG.
Get me a drone so I can get some dope footage, you know what I mean, of the city, and then I do the intro. I gotta go get some nice
Bro,
drone
you
footage of the
you
hood.
could get some you could get aerial footage of Denver without even having to have a drone, bro. It's out there already, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look for that.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Definitely.
I still want a drone though. That's like my next purchase.
yeah,
I
yeah.
want a drone just for dramatic reasons for the videos and shit like that.
I actually I've been making friends with this dude, the dude that has the lake house that we're looking at. But anyway, man, he's like a super. I mean, he gets paid big money. I forget what company he works for, but he's one of their computer guys, and like he knows all this computer shit. But then on his own time, he's a first person drone pilot guy. You know what I mean? So he does all this drone stuff, and like he be watching a bunch of people on YouTube, drone operators and shit. But he was telling me about all this stuff he's got, man. He told me he could look out for me and let me use one of his big drones. It's like real easy to control. But then the other ones, he said, I'll get the footage for you for that. He was like, I ain't gonna hand that over to you. I was like, I don't blame you, bro. I'll rate that motherfucker so quick.
Yeah, they're dangerous. Hey, Corrupt, do you mind going out and coming back in?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, your mic's cracking.
Mic's cracking. It might just be just go out and come back in, brother. I'll drop the link again just in case you.
I got it. I got it. Right. Yeah, I'll switch over and go to the computer, bro. I'll be back.
You got to do. All right, brother.
Shit.
Salute to Corrupt.
Plug is a multi-talented dude. I doubt that young man really understands his talents and you know what I mean, because sky's really the limit for that dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm glad he's got the YouTube streets and all that, but he's a very he's the whole, like, he's the show. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, plug man is very talented, man. I tell him all the time. He knows it, man.
He understands characters. He understands characters, and he understands, like, there's got to be a villain. You know what I mean?
Oh,
someone that always gets everyone stirred up, and so yeah, I get the whole thing. It's pretty dope to watch.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing, man, and he's got a method. Hey, so check it out, bro. If you're looking into a drone, man, I'm gonna tell you one that I would recommend, man. So I got the DJI Mini 2. Okay,
DJI Mini 2.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not an old model, but it's an older model to where it's not going to break the bank real heavy, but it's got amazing features.
Okay.
So I'm going to show it to you right now. I'm going to break it out real quick. But
nice. Yeah, I remember when I first started getting on the channel, you had just bought that.
Yeah,
and I was like, shit, that's my next purchase right there.
It was actually but yeah, so like
that's nice.
It's got the gimbal, the camera, it's got, I mean, this thing is bad, bro.
Yeah, I dig it.
And then the remote that comes with it, I got a couple upgrades. They're not very expensive to buy, but because like my phone's in a big case, like I got an OtterBox, and I could never get my phone in this damn thing, man. So like, here's the this is the remote, bro. That
okay.
Your phone goes in there, and then you go into the DJI app, and bro, that's where you're recording everything as you're going. You can, I mean, it's crazy, bro, with this thing.
So do you got an iPhone, Feathers?
I got an Android.
Okay, cool. Because I know my gimbal, it doesn't have all the features of that if you had an iPhone, just because they stopped supporting the apps. But I gotta look for some upgrades. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Google doesn't really fuck with DJI. I don't know why. So it kind of like my gimbal can do time lapse and shit, but I can't do it because I'm running an Android.
Huh? That's weird. Because I don't have any issues with it.
No, nice. If they're still updating the, like I said, I don't know if they stopped updating, but they just said they don't update as frequently. So I got to check for a new update for my gimbal though to see if I got those time lapse things for because I have a real nice gimbal. I have the 6. The
Those
6
are
or the
nice.
5. It's the newest one. Yeah, I picked that up. I want that. That's my next purchase right there. So that's the Mini 2.
Yeah, this is
DJI
the
Mini 2.
DJI Mini 2, bro. And
okay,
bro, this thing right here, bro, is all you need, bro. I mean, they got like if you want to go a step up and spend more money, like they got ones that have sensors, like you know what I mean, that are like you know what I mean, bro. But I mean, if it depends on what you're gonna be doing too, you know what I mean. Like I don't know, man. Like this right here for me, I think it's perfect. Like it's all I need.
Salute to Plug. Shit, Plug's in the house.
Plug, man. Salute, brother.
Heard that song? It was fire, homie.
Yeah, we're just listening to your song, man. Another OG, man. That shit was tight, Plug. I dropped the link and everything for you, brother.
That ain't he actually that's just a little bass, bro. Like Plug's making a video of it with his sections, and then he's gonna use some of my sections. But that's just my what do they call it? My adaptation. Um I don't know what I'm trying to say right now, bro.
It's all good, bro.
They call that shit something, man. I'll think of it later when I'm not on the live, bro. My fault. What's that, new Plug?
Plug can come up, man. I don't know what you're doing, Plug. You're more than welcome to come up, man. We just giving you some flowers, bro. Man, your song, man.
Salute to Plug, one of the hardest guys working on YouTube, man. Respects. And a father.
Yeah.
So salute to that, man.
Yes, sir.
Back in the house.
There's Ty. What's up, Ty?
What's up, dude?
Yeah, man.
But it's still drunk for my B-day, bro. That's been a minute now.
It was your birthday yesterday?
No. My birthday was the 28th. I turned 40 years old, man. Old man.
Salute. Nah, you ain't no. That's a punk, dog. I'd kill to be 40 right
now. But nah, man. Like I very rarely drink. You know what I mean? Like I don't drink hardly ever. But I did that Friday, man. I did get drunk, man. I ended up getting pretty well off.
Nice.
But, you know, I was worried the next day, man. I was thinking, going to bed that night, man, drunk, thinking, bro, I'm gonna hate tomorrow. Tomorrow gonna be brutal. It's gonna be treacherous, man. I woke up the next day and I felt fine, man. I was really surprised by
that. That's what I fear is getting sick, man. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't drink.
Mm-hmm.
I don't drink.
I actually bought
bro. That's I don't.
I actually bought a 6-pack of the small ones, the small bottles that I've never seen those before, man. And I bought a 6-pack, and I just bought them yesterday. I was gonna actually have a couple last night, didn't end up having any. I may have a couple tonight, man. I don't know. We'll see what happens, man, where the day goes. But I don't drink very often either, man.
I don't like feeling sloppy and out of control. You know what I mean? That's what getting drunk feels like to me.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, to me, like if you have stomach issues too, it's not smart to drink alcohol. It's super acidic on your guts.
Oh yeah.
But like when I was younger, I didn't really like beer. Now I like beer, but like when I was younger, I was drinking hard liquor, and now it's like I think back, and when people say, "Yeah, dude, we're gonna have a party," I'm like, "That's good. I'll show up for a couple minutes, but I ain't sticking around. I don't want to be drinking none of that punch, none of that shit.
The hairy buffalo.
You know what I mean? Get all fucked up and then
in the trash can with the fruit. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. Like out here in the Bay, like dudes like to do the backyard parties and shit where you get like one of those plastic, garbage things, and it's like looks like Kool-Aid, and it's like hell no,
Yeah,
I'm good,
yeah.
dude.
We
Like
used to do the same thing. Hey, speaking of a backyard party, man, I'd like to shout out Crusted Joint, man, with the House of Tattoos. They did their second house party live yesterday.
Nice.
I got to see a little bit of that, man. It looked like a really fun time, man. Made me want to be out there. But yeah, shout out to House of Tattoos and my brother Crusted. You know, we do a little show every Thursday, he and I.
Hey, Crusted is good people, man.
Yeah,
I've been knowing Crusted for a minute, man, and he's just a good dude, man. Like Crusted got a big
Crust,
heart, man. And he's just a good fucking guy, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
Crusted is one of them type of friends, bro, that you look at your messages and out the blue he'll be checking in on you. You know what I mean? Like for no
yeah,
reason, no nothing. Just he just wants to make sure you good and you doing all right. Like
right.
uh, I've met a few of them people since I've been here on YouTube, man. People that are like that just you know what I mean. Like, I haven't talked to them for a week, but I look down and they checking in. You know, that's pretty
Facts,
cool,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, man. Um, that's why, man, this community means so much, bro, to me, dog. Because it's you know what I mean. It's a beautiful thing, man, to see people come together, and unify, man. It's a good thing, man. It's a good thing. Um, you know, and it's good to see grown men and women and just people in general making change and positive moves in life, man. And you know, none of us are perfect. We all fall short, but man, it's a matter of the come up, man, to get back up and dusting yourself off, man, and just moving forward. Accountability, man.
If at first you don't succeed,
Sure. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, man, I'm gonna drop a link in the chat, man. Um, this is to Conrad's live. He's streaming live right now too. Man, if you don't mind, please, man, go over there real quick and click that link and go over there and smash the like button over there on Conrad's channel for
I
me.
appreciate it.
Man, he's live right now, man. He's streaming the same live over there, man. Go over there, man, and smash the like button for
Ne-
me, man.
And anybody who hasn't subbed to Joey's channel, make sure you sub up, man.
Yeah, man, definitely go over there, like, sub up, man.
Corrupt, sub up to corrupt. We gotta do. You know what we gotta do is a what's it called, a vertical, and then share them, and then get
Yeah,
everybody in there. Because I don't not. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
it's because if you put into the short so much that you get put into the vertical a little more. I think that's how it goes because the verticals go crazy sometimes.
oh
You
yeah.
know, sometimes you get like three,
Yeah,
400 people. So
the better you are with your shorts game, the more they'll feed. Plus, like me, so I'm under 500. I'm under 1,000 subs, so I get capped off no matter. I mean, no diddy, no
oh,
matter, no matter what
keep pushing
which
them
way
out
I
there,
go
man. Push
live.
2 or 3 of them out there every day, 2 to
I
3,
don't, I
and
don't do
one will
shorts,
take
bro.
off.
I don't do
Yeah,
shorts yet.
it's a
Like
good
I'm
way to
not
get
going
people to.
through.
I'm going to be honest with you. All the subs that I got, I'm gonna say like this: about
Oh, I know,
60 to 70% are just from shorts.
I
It's
know,
just
but
it's.
see, I got a whole method to my madness, brother. Like
No, I got you.
I'm not gonna even attempt any short games, anything until I was saying 1,000, but now I'm thinking 500, man, that I might level it up at 500 and start doing some short. Like I do some shorts, but they're more like
Hmm.
for the community or personally
No,
for
I
me.
got you. I got you.
You know what I mean? Like I don't do anything trying to send it out to the masses much. But I mean
No.
I know them subs come quick from that over there. Like I mean, bro, I see people that you know what I mean shouldn't even probably have but 100 subs and they'll have, you know what I mean, 15, 1,700. And I'm like, damn, bro. And you know, they ain't even really get like they'll do a live and they'll get like 3 people in their live. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so but see at the same time, bro, the 330 what all subs I have right now, anything I do, anything I drop, all 330 of them are gonna watch it. Like they watch everything I do. Like so I have no hollow subs right now because I've
Oh,
only
that's good.
picked them up by doing lives. You know what I mean?
I'll say it like this. I've looked at the analytics and any of the channels. If you look at even the big channels, around only 30% of their subs tap into their stuff. And that's
Right.
everybody mostly. So
But see,
it's really just a third of your subs. This is typical with even channels that are big. even channels that are successful. Only a third, if you watch their, it's roughly about a third of their subs that their videos get viewed by. So the
Yeah.
way I look at it is, and this is how I look at it, the more subs you have, the more YouTube will push your stuff, and then you will find the ones that are really
Yeah,
looking for your
that's
stuff.
true. That's true.
So,
Like,
and that's my method to my madness. I'm just telling you how, and to be honest with you, it's you know what I mean? Yeah,
but
and I
like,
think with the lives is where you build your connection with your people, your solid ones. The live, it's not always going to transfer over, but now that you have this vertical form, when you're reaching 400 people in one live, and your lives are getting like 7,000 views in a half hour, I mean that's pretty good. You're able to
but
reach
I
7,000
also
people.
cheat too, though. I also go on the YouTube streets all the time when they got, 300 people in their chat. I go on Big Weevies all the time. Like, so I cheat a
Yeah,
little
yeah, yeah.
bit by
No,
jumping on
you
other
got everyone
platforms
knows
quite
you.
a bit.
Everyone knows you from different lives, from different. Yeah, yeah. And
Right.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good because you got your name out there, and everybody. So, like, you're right. A lot of people do come in and tap into your stuff, and that's dope. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
man.
my method to my madness is the more subs I have, literally, my stuff will be pushed more. And like I was talking about, like, there was a dude who did a live yesterday, and he said some of us in the prison genre are narrow minded, and that's why you don't talk about certain things. And I
I
don't think
clipped
it's
you.
that.
I clipped
It's
you
not.
yesterday when you were talking about this.
I
So
think I
yeah,
was on that live and heard that.
to me, Mike was talking about, these guys are narrow minded. It's not that, dude. You're on a path. So once you set your path, you have to pretty much stick to that. And if you don't, your channel. Here's the thing: people are tapping in your channel for the very thing you're pushing. So
Yeah,
once you switch gears, like say
but that's
tomorrow I start talking about knitting, and I'm like, I do crochet. Like, I'm gonna do crochet, and everyone's gonna be like, "What the hell? You don't want to watch you do no crochet. That's not why we tapped in here." So once you really
but that's
figure,
why
that's
they
why you
say
don't want to
find the
box
niche and
yourself in.
stay consistent.
Yeah. So you don't want to
Yeah,
box yourself in, especially with your title to your channel. You know what I mean? That's why mine's just title to hustle. Like, uh, like someone was like, "You're not gangster." I said, "I've never. That's not my claim to fame, bro. It's never gonna. My claim to fame
Right.
will never be being a gangster. I quit that 20
Gangster on
something years
YouTube.
ago. Yeah, yeah. So I quit that. You know what I mean? So that's not my claim to fame. My claim to fame is I went to prison, lost roughly 5.5 years of my life, and got out, and still is a successful man. Still is like Feathers was talking about a tree. That's what a man is for his family. They that tree, man, that
Right.
ain't gonna budge, ain't gonna move, gonna always stand there and stay rooted. You know what I mean? And have
that
your
weight
family. You know
bearing
what I mean?
pillars.
So
Yep.
that's my claim to fame. Like, okay, I stood out 22 years. My kid's life didn't resemble my life in no way, shape, or
No
form.
way.
And so that being said, it's just that in that sense. But then again, we were just talking about this. I have two kids that are absolute like felons. So in that sense,
Mm.
I'm kind of I take that, and then my auntie tells, no, that's not your fault. It kind of is. It kind of is. I wasn't in their life when they were born, and they had to go without their father for 6 years. So I got to take that on the chin. One of my daughters is an addict, is a functioning addict, and I'm just hoping she wakes up soon. You know what I mean?
Bro,
So
I was just that for a long, long, long time, man.
no,
And
so yeah,
wasn't never going nothing wake me up except for me. You know what I mean? It's like
no, exactly.
you can't do it for anybody but yourself whenever you're that person. So,
Absolutely. So all I
but
do is love her for who she is, brother, and hopefully she wakes up one day. I can't turn my back on her.
mm,
Um,
mm-mm.
I can't hold her to the fire because she refuses to be held to the fire. So I can't. What do you do to that person who will go out there and do all bad and says pretty much throws the finger up,
Well,
says I don't need you. I go through this.
that's
You
where
know.
those professionals say you write them off and close your doors. That's what
Oh,
professionals would say at that point. But
Well,
um,
I'm not built like that. That's not how I'm built. I don't turn my back on family. You
I,
know what I mean?
right. Yeah.
We lead
Uh,
by example and try to I'll say it, this is me saying this is all you can do is demonstrate
right.
that love, demonstrate that me wanting to be a
mm,
better, and hopefully they'll follow suit sooner or later. Nature will take over. I hope so, and I
I
hope
was
Right.
I'm
gonna.
alive to see it.
The most important thing you can do right now, dude, in any adversity, like like I wanted to say before, but I kind of got sidetracked when you mentioned, okay, you're I don't know. I don't know if I said something or you had an internet connection. I don't ever want to offend you, dude.
No, absolutely not, brother. My internet
Oh,
went down, so I apologize. Ty, not
I just
even close,
make
brother.
because that's not my get down. But
No, brother. Absolutely.
but
Your opinion is
I,
very
I look
valid, bro.
I look at it this way, dude. Like, you know what? The most important thing you can do. Okay, so your kids did what they did. Here's my question to you. You're a father, so you're gonna believe that your kids can be better. Or you're gonna just let them do what they're gonna do. Okay,
Yeah, you're right.
so they made the mistake. So what, dude? Like, I'm not trying to disrespect you saying that, but so what, dude? Okay,
No, yeah.
what happened? But guess what? Now that's something you're like, now you're in my world, buddy. Let me show you how it's supposed to be and how we're supposed to look. The stigma goes away because you have the opportunity now, being somebody that's been in the trenches and they've been in the trenches. Now you have something to weaponize against the stigma. Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of.
In the
You
sense
like,
of
yeah.
just
You know what?
like, go ahead.
I don't even care about being disappointed no more, bro. I've been disappointed. It's a thing that I've been like, okay, it is what it is. But now there's 3 kids involved that are her
Well,
kids, and I take care of them. So now I'm at a choice where, how do I
Well,
make
that's
what I'm pretty much at like Corrupt saying, you shut the doors and I'm at no matter which way I slide, I'm gonna go down a sharp edge and land in a pool of alcohol.
hey
So
man.
well,
From
it's
what
good.
you just said though, even if she never steers out in her lifetime or your lifetime, it seemed like to me you've already rectified the situation of not being there in those 6 years you was talking about because you're doing everything that you can and should with those grand youngins while they need it,
Yeah,
while she needs it.
absolutely.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
and that's
Like
where I'm
that's a
at right
big
now
thing,
is to make
bro.
sure they don't go down that road. And it is, brother. And like I said, I
Major
accept
props
it.
to you for that,
No,
bro.
yeah. So I can't have my grandbabies. I just hope that I have enough years in my life to finish the job to where they're stable
dude,
and they're good in their life, and you know what I mean.
I
I
believe
mean,
it.
I
Yeah.
was,
You
yeah,
got this. You got this.
yeah. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. My wife is the one who's the foundation. I'm gonna be honest with you because
There's
she
nothing wrong with that, dude.
no. But our life is basically a life of service, bro. We take care of my grandkids. We take care of my mother-in-law who has Alzheimer's,
Yeah.
so she don't have to be in a home, and that's what our life's about, brother. That you know what I mean. So this stuff right here is just me being able to get here on here and talk, and it's therapeutic for me. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's therapeutic for me.
I'm
So you know what I
honored to
mean.
get to hear it, dude. Like I hope I'm not coming off like
Nah, Ty, you don't have to worry about any of that, brother. Believe me, I'm not that sensitive, my boy. I promise
no.
you. So anything you say
So
is not gonna offend me.
Yeah,
I
it's
Speak from
YouTube
your
though.
heart, brother.
So you
I,
never know,
I
you know what I mean?
I
Now we all been to those places that when someone's really speaking from the heart, man. I don't
yeah,
take an offense to anything, even if it is a directive point, like, hey, trying to cool shit. I appreciate that.
like dude, this is the thing. Like, people like to me, I grew up, I'll put it out there. Like I knew a dude that was influenced by his dad because of what his dad did. His dad was living the life. We were all teenagers and he was drawn to that. And like my whole thing is like I know when I was a teenager, dude, yeah, I wanted to drive a truck, but that was an era where in the early 2000s the whole new metal scene came out. You had all these bands, like I said, California, that were just coming out of the woodwork, dude. And then you had um you know the traditional San Jose East Side stuff, like where I grew up in between Los Gatos and Campbell, and everybody says, "Oh, well, that was a safe area." No, it wasn't, because like they brought halfway houses there, dude. They brought dudes in there that were part of stuff, and like we experienced that shit, and people were drawn to that lifestyle because of certain things. You know what I mean? And then we had guys that came on into my area like in the later 2000s believing in what I believe in. And hey, dude, look, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're not supposed to be out here doing this with me. Like, this is my life. This is what I chose. Just because I chose this doesn't mean you chose it. And so I believe, as you know, as people, like, we love those people for who they are. And my belief, the way I always looked at it, because like that just wasn't my thing. Dude, I love you because I don't know how long you're gonna be here until you figure it out and say, you know, when you mentioned the dropout thing. You know what I say, dude? When I hear somebody say, "Oh, I dropped out," look, first of all, this is here. We're out here. We're not in there. I don't know anything about being in there, but I know about being out here. And like I said from the beginning on when I got on here, freedom. You have the freedom to be whoever the fuck you want to be and believe in whatever you want to be. That's the beauty of being in America. And so, like, if you decide to change your life for the better and it makes you a better person, then who the fuck is someone else to judge you to do that, dude?
We live in the greatest country on the whole planet.
That's progression.
What other country you can go do years out of your time, years out of your life, go to prison, get out, reform yourself, still be a successful man? Shit.
You ever notice whenever you do decide to take those steps to make yourself better and start becoming better, that you'll have people around you that, you know, in some way, somehow they hate it in some means, you know, like it displeases a lot of people around you, like
Oh,
whether they're comfortable
for
with your
sure.
old way of living or they really just don't want to see you climb up or whatever it may be. Like it
Yeah.
seems to happen, man. It seems to
But
Misery
happen
loves company, brother, and that's a fact. My own cousin, we was
always.
doing time together, looked at me, right? We got into a big old riot. We were done. I said, I'm done with this whole life. Um, I just said, I'm done with this life. I ain't doing this no more. He looked at me, he said, you're weak, homie. I never thought I'd tell you this, but you got weak and you this and that. And I looked at him, I said, you say whatever you want, bro. I'm done. I ain't doing this. You got 35 years, homeboy. I go, I got 9. I said, I'm going home. I said, I don't belong in this fucking place.
you're
I
doing it.
left, and he didn't want to put his guns down, homie. I left. He didn't, and he died, homie. He got killed for all that stuff. He literally looked me in the eye, and told me he gonna be the boogeyman. I gonna be
Yeah.
the boogeyman of this place. He goes, watch, homie. When people come here, they're gonna be scared. They're gonna talk about me in the county jails. And I was like, you're fucking gone, dog. We're good. And he even shot kites on me when I was in another facility. He shot kites on me, tried to get some of the homies
Dedicated,
to
bro.
run down at me. And this is somebody I shed blood for. This is somebody I protected. This is somebody I loved on, bro. And he did that like that. I was like, man. And I still mourned him when he died. When he died, I still mourned him. But that's what he
Yeah,
lived by. You died with it. You know what I mean?
That's the example of what was said musically in the 90s by POD. Live by the sword, die by the sword, live by the gat, die by the gun. Who suffers when it's all said and done?
it's all said and done.
You know, if you're out there and you want to play, you got to understand that when you get there, you got to pay. And that's where, like, me as a person, I never experienced that. I've experienced it here, and it's not like physically being there, but being
No.
emotionally fucked by yourself, thinking that, you know, because of like being a little person, like I always have had people look at me like funny. And I'm like, hey, dude, you know what? Like at the end of the day, like I I get a lot of flack from people out here because they want to believe in that political realm, dude. And here's the thing. Um, I don't believe in street politics because of I don't believe in American politics being right. Okay, because like I said before, there, in my opinion, there's no difference of them taking our children, not giving us justification on why they're sending our children where they're sending them. Okay, and taking somebody that's out there in the life in the street teaching kids to go out there and do that in particular, you know, when I think of that, I think of one specific thing that I followed a lot and was infatuated about with when I moved to the Central Valley. Um, when it comes to the nonsense of propaganda, I'll put it that way. Joey knows what I'm talking about. I'm not really trying to go into that subject because I'm limited on that. But there's a lot of bullshit propaganda out there that they sell kids on because of, like it was said before, you know, no father in the home. You're doing the real thing now, dude. So anybody that turns around and tells you different just can't look past their own fog, dude, because like what's it look like? I don't know shit, dude. I only know what I've seen. What's it look like, dude? Like what kind of honor is it for your kids, God forbid, if you still play the game, to stand there and watch you get gunned down or take the risk of getting gunned down with you because you're so stuck on your pride and your image when you know that's just what I believe. I don't know any otherwise.
Having my children, man, and having them with me, raising my children, all that, bro. Um, it changed a lot of my thinking for sure. Just like you saying, like I just told a little story on the video, the little Thunder Gang video we put out the other day, man, about when I was hopping out the whip to go handle this dude that was acting silly in traffic. You know what I mean, and he slung across and cut off the lane and all that. So I jumped out the whip, was going to handle it. And when I went to go slam the door shut, both of my little girls was in the back crying and begging me not to go. And like I looked at dude, sized them up. I was like, yeah, I can. You know what I mean? I was pretty like, you know what I mean? I ain't no bad dude, bro, but I was pretty sure I could have just gave him one. I could have gave him one and been gone. You know what I mean? Like, and I figured I could do that, be gone. You know, like no big deal. But then, you know what I mean? Just looking at them and them crying, man, it made me think about things like thinking about the police call. Like I wasn't even thinking about a police call till I looked in their eyes. You know what I mean? Like thinking about the people around us, all the camera. Like I wasn't thinking none of that, bro. I was just, and I don't do that very much anymore. I used to be real bad to pop off, but these days, bro, like I've tried to become very, very laid back, and I've done a good job at it. But it got to me that day because I had both of them in the car and he was playing games, driving them playing games. You know what I mean? I got my special packages back there, you know? That ain't gonna work. So
Yeah,
but
you take it
but anyway,
personal.
yeah.
Personal.
So I
I mean,
snapped
but at
out,
the
ready to
same
go,
time,
boom, looked
that's
at
the
them.
worst time to take it.
Well,
Exactly, bro. But
it
when I
don't
saw
take
them,
a
man,
to get caught up in the moment, dude. It don't take,
yeah, which
you know.
is rare for me. That's out of character for me, man. I don't generally
I
get
know,
caught
but
in the moment. Like
it happens, dude.
I speak of not being a prisoner of the moment. You know what I mean? Like so. But yeah, bro. I looked at homeboy. I was like, you lucky, bro. I was like, you a very, very lucky man. And I just smiled at him and got in the car and I whipped out. Like I went around him and jetted. But I will say that I did drop the girls off and I went back out. You know what I mean? Like they'll tell you that. That's a side note of that. But I went back out alone.
Bro said, I'm gonna spin the block real quick. I'll be right back.
That's exactly what I said, bro. That's exactly what I said.
Sometimes, like my dad would say, sometimes you just got to have a fucking conversation. So, you know, like it, you know, and different strokes for different folks, dude. But my outlook in it, like, that's a big difference than, like, you know, I'll put it this way. There's a lot of stuff that people have talked about, like generational. Like when I was growing up, dude, the only thing that really influenced me musically was, you know, being part of the whole Juggalo movement at the very beginning when it actually came out and wasn't what it is today, when it actually had some kind
You were a
of
juggalo? Hold up, dog. We gotta talk about this.
There you go. There you go.
Back when you were into the whole, like, you would ask somebody, what's your Joker card? And most people knew what that meant in the beginning. It had to do with the first 6 albums of Insane Posse. So like my album was Great Malenko. So like
I've heard of that. I have heard of that.
Yeah, that's the album. And so it was like, you know, that was a movement, and now it's kind of changed where it's different now, dude. And I don't really buy into it because it's like, no,
You
dude,
gotta
it was just about supporting that record label, supporting, like, you know, hey, dude, we're not, you know, I'm gonna say it, dude, like musically, like, you know, we're all fucked up, like Fred Durst said, we're all fucked up. So what you gonna do? Fucked up me and fucked up you, dude. Like,
I
you know,
guess so.
like
Do you got a Hatchet Man
no,
tattoo?
nope,
No.
nope.
So look, you
Thank
know
God,
New Age
bro.
Plug, right?
I was
I don't
gonna
New,
totally think different of you right now if you did.
hey, look,
know.
New Age Plug. New Age
No.
Plug
Plug, you better not.
Plug stung my homie the other night, man. Live on air, bro. Live on Streamcast, man.
So
Talking about Rocky Strong got a Hatchet Man tattoo. Let's get to
mhm.
that. Called
Well,
my boy out, man. I was like, oh no,
Ah,
so
man. Hey,
no,
ah, hey,
got us.
I'll tell the story, Joey. So
I'm gonna say this. This is the only thing. Listen,
right.
like this is the only thing I have against that group.
Now
And
you
it's
know
not
what
even
you're
everybody.
gonna
It's
say.
not
What I'm
even
talking about.
everybody. It's
Yeah,
not even everybody. It's just that like I've seen some of the documentaries that were made, and
correct.
I'm just saying like some of the girls there look
Yeah.
young.
Yep.
So I
Yep.
mean,
Oh, no.
I'm just saying,
Right.
like it looked like I'm just saying there was a lot of touchy feely stuff,
You're
and some of
right.
the girls I'm just saying looked a little underage. And from what I understand, that it was common to have underage girls there at those gatherings, bro. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
There's a lot of. That's what I mean.
Bruh.
So
Before it
for
wasn't like
me,
that. Right.
I kind of look at it like
Yeah.
can't
No.
really vibe with that. That's
Right.
just me.
No. I mean, like for me at the beginning of there were six albums that came out from what I understand. Again, I didn't really buy into all that, dude, because like I did, but I didn't because it came down to like my roots were like, dude, I wanted to be about Slipknot and Limp Bizkit and Korn. I didn't give a fuck about like, okay, cool, your music sounds great, dude, but like I got more influenced, as you may or may not know, Joey. I got influenced by where I was living, and then when I moved to the Central Valley, like, and I'm going to tell the story as is, and you remember this. It's been a journey. This marks a time and when I came across your channel, and I learned something about myself. So, before I did my lineage, before I knew you could do that, um, I made a decision because I have three brothers. Like, technically, I have two other brothers. So at the time that I knew, I actually have three. But um, because of our company and just us as brothers, there were three of us. So I put a 3-leaf shamrock on me. And in the Bay Area, you don't see that shit. It isn't fucking like where I grew up in San Jose, you never hear about anything like that. Okay. So when I went to the Central Valley, which is outside of the Bay Area, like Stockton, that area, then I start learning about all this stuff. I came across Joey's thing, and it's like, I got people saying things to me that it's like, hey, dude, what do you mean? Just because I look a certain way. And that's what I was getting at. It's like, dude, uh, it ain't like that. It ain't like that. And like, I just got to the point where, like, uh, for them to, it's not that they put more so, dude, I don't want to walk around supporting something, whether I feel the way I feel or not. If I'm telling people, hey, dude, I don't believe that fucking, any of that shit means anything anymore. Like, maybe when in the music industry, there's certain bands that they've tried to put that shit on. And it's like, dude, I believe in unity. I can't walk around with a tattoo that means something else after I've been told that, whether I feel the way I feel or not. I can't walk around with that tattoo in my heart, knowing that I'm talking about unity and coming together, and people that have had to come out of the system, seeing that on me and identifying that, and not believing what I'm really saying because they're looking at that. And so I
It's
try and
like that.
cover it. Now, I had no belief. Like, I didn't follow any of that. I learned about it later when it was like, oh, what the fuck? What do I got on me? And I learned enough to know that, hey, man, I'm cool. I'll just cover this. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't mean nothing to me because I know who I am. Come to find out, I have Viking blood. So whoop de doo. Now now I don't have to worry about looking like a dumbass with a camera on my arm when I have Irish blood. That's how I look at it. But what I'm saying is like they've kind of commercialized that kind of shit now, where it wasn't like that in the early 2000s and the 90s. They weren't really projecting that kind of stuff, uh, like in the early 2000s and the 90s, dude. You had to go find that shit out here. It wasn't all over the place like it is now. Like you go to certain places, like I live in Gilroy. Okay, out here in Gilroy, uh, everybody's known this as like the Garlic Festival area. It's not like that now, dude. It's not like that. It's way different. Like you
Didn't they
go,
have a shooting at that Garlic Festival not too long ago? Like a
yeah,
couple years back?
yeah, they did. They did.
It got spicy.
Yeah, it got
Mm.
spicy over there.
No, it
Sure.
was supposedly, I'll put it this way. If you came over where it was at in Gilroy, it makes sense. It's just where it is. And unfortunately, like I said, it's very saturated out here with the mentality. And like, I don't want to see people lose. That's what it comes down to. I don't care what you do, but I don't like my fucking governor. And I don't want to feed my governor and his machine to keep you locked up and make money off you. That's what I don't believe in, dude.
Hey, real quick, excuse me, brother. Frank,
Shoot it.
man, salute, brother. Man, much love, man. Thank you for hanging out, tapping in, brother. Hey, man, have a good work day. Hey, much love, brother.
Salute.
Yes, sir.
I believe in that though, dude. Like the state, we should be getting it from the state, so to speak. As our state grows, we should grow as communities. It shouldn't be where uh we do all this goofy shit. Like, for instance, I'll bring this up. Anybody that's from the Bay Area, Gavin Newsom, and this is documented. You could find this. Gavin Newsom, for I'd say at least 10 years in San Francisco, you could go out there and you could go run amok, and the police wouldn't do anything to you when it came to drugs. You could run around, do what you do. Nobody'd bother you. You wouldn't get criminal action. Why is it that this year now, all of a sudden, if you're caught with drugs in San Francisco, you're going to jail? That's a really hard one to ponder. All of a sudden, some shit's got to, now that it's convenient, they're going to use the people to get where they want to be. That's, again, that's not how it's supposed to be. Just because you're on that hierarchy where you can do that kind of shit to people, how would you like it if we flipped it around and did it to you? That's how I look at it. Mr. How would you like it if I sat back on my little winery and started fucking around and doing stupid shit and it affected you, but it didn't affect you because it didn't affect me and I'm still winning? The facts are the facts, dude. Everybody knows it. And I believe, again, progression, dude. We all have to come together and stop the bullshit.
Well, I think more and more people are starting to wake up, though. I really do. I think more and more people are starting to see that we've been lied to a lot, and just we've been fed a lot of bullshit. And I think a lot of people are starting to realize over the last 4 or 5 years, there's been a lot of crap that's been told to us, and just a lot of trying to deceive the people. And people are starting to wake up, man. And I just hope, though, that unity can. It's hard to envision because just on YouTube
It
alone,
is.
man. Just on YouTube, just on a small platform like YouTube, you know what I mean? Compared to like the world, I'm saying. You can see the division, and it's just like if you can't even unify on YouTube a little bit, man.
But I don't even know that it has to be like fully unified, fully come together, man. Like you
Right.
just need to be able to coexist and
That's right.
cooperate.
That's
Right.
right.
Like that's all you need. Like if you
Yeah.
can coexist and cooperate, you can make that shit work. But
Exactly.
One push.
that's people are too far out, too emotionally invested, just too something to be able to cooperate with one another. Like they,
Right.
you know what I mean? If they on opposite sides, bro, neither one of them give an inch because they think an inch is a mile. You know what I mean?
Right.
The old
Nice.
adage, man. So
Right.
it's like people just have to get past themselves. That's the true problem.
Yeah.
Is the ego
You're
and
absolutely
pride. People have to get past themselves to be able to cooperate and accept what the next man or the op, whatever, you know what I mean, has to offer. You know, and then there's a middle ground usually with most things. I mean, and if both sides are unhappy, then it's probably a great deal. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
right.
Shit.
uh,
They learn
I,
to cope. Right there, you got right there. If it's a middle, I see what you're saying. If it's a middle ground and nobody wins, then they both have to learn from each other.
yes,
You
yeah,
know, and I
Everything's about exposure, bro. Everyone wants to expose each other. You go expose them, make content off it, and
yeah, but
it's
that's a
like their
digital
whole
age.
game.
yeah,
Yeah. So
go ahead.
everyone's here just watching everyone waiting for something bad to come out their mouth so they could be like, I told you it was I called it.
If you
And
think
they go
about it,
in.
bro,
It's crazy. And
if you
it's
think,
cool. Everybody has their opinion. That's why I let the most controversial dude on the whole YouTube come on my channel and let him say his piece, and it's all good. Like I said, he's like, "You're bad." I was like, "I ain't bad. This ain't that serious, bro. I never got on here with that. You know what I mean? Like to make it that serious. I know there's no way I could put my hands on you." So one thing prison has taught me is patience and know when something's serious and when it's not serious. Like you know when it's serious. You know when it's time to tie up the boots. You don't have to
Yep.
and all that barking stuff and all that getting loud doesn't make nothing. It's like really it's just
man,
it's real
what
theatrical. You know what I mean? So it's like it's theatrical. I
just
find
put,
it amusing. So I'm
puts
entertained
out
by it.
notice to be aware. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
um, but look, bro, you know that we're in the first time frame of everyone, pretty much everyone, having access to the tool of propaganda. You know what I mean? Used to
Hmm.
propaganda was a government thing, a war thing, got to be a business thing. You know what I mean? But like now, everyone has the tool of propaganda, and
Yep.
propaganda, if used right and on the certain platform, can be a very powerful thing.
I can.
This
So
thing is very powerful. That's why it says once you got people agreeing with you and following
when
you, and
it's
it can be very
propaganda coming,
intoxicating
bro.
too for some
Every
people that can't wield that
content
power.
is
That's.
propaganda. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like at
Yeah.
that point,
I mean, I've sat back and I've watched from the channels that, like, again, I'm not gonna go to the direction, but I've gotten on YouTube and I've said some stuff and nobody's come after me. And it's about, hey, dude, like getting on YouTube. A lot of these guys are looking at it as monetary. Hey, dude, if that's what you got to do it. Great. But at the same time, like I want to see change. I want to see these people's stories or their life experience pick up
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
some kid that is going through some shit and is like, dude, I'm teetering on the edge. I don't know if I'm supposed to step into this world or that world. And
Brent, salute, brother. Have a
yeah,
good day, bro. Be
Yes,
safe
sir.
out there, man.
yes,
Sorry,
sir.
bro.
Brent's
No,
good
all
people
good.
right there.
I want to. I know that I know people that if somebody went up to them and like said, "Hey, look, dude, I did that. Like I went over there and I did that, and it's right here. I got it right here in my hand. I'll show you. I did that. You don't want to do that, dude. Like, and that's what I'm about. The whole progression thing, dude. It's like that's
Hmm.
that when I found Joey and Nate, and I could go on and on and on and on and on. Like these people, Big Herc wanted to see people change. It's all about
Hmm.
positivity with Big Herc. Anybody that knows Big Herc.
Bro, in my description, I got reconstruct with corrupt. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like we on a road over here, man. Like we on a path. you more than happy for you to join it with me. You know what I mean? Like
That's right.
I'm on the trail, bro. Like you know what I mean, I'm already down the path a little bit, but I'm still going. I'll
Yeah,
always be
you,
going.
like I
just
said
just like
earlier.
you was talking about tattoos a minute ago, and you were saying you don't want that on you because you don't want it projecting different. No, I got you. I still, like I said, I still have a tattoo that would, and some people would probably raise concerns. You know what I mean? And
Personal.
it's not racial. It's a placa. It's a STG group. But like I said, it doesn't mean that to me. And I'm not. It's part of my story, man. Just
Right.
like one
Well,
time when
you
I
know,
got out of prison, I was wearing a work shirt. I was at work, and we did dirty work, and I had a prison shirt, DOC prison shirt, and had my DOC number. And I'd already been, told my employer where I was coming from. And dude looked at it and he goes, "Why do you got that shirt?" And I said, "Because it's a grubby shirt and I'm working." And he goes, "I would have threw that away. I would have thought you'd want to forget that." And I said, "I never want to forget that, my brother. Don't ever
mhm.
want to forget that position I was in."
Well,
You
bro,
know
I
what I mean?
know
Very,
I've I've said it before. I've heard Chad March say it before. I've heard a few people say it, man. But it's a great thing. Is the image we project is the image we must protect. You know what I mean? Like that's a great saying. So
you know.
like I mean, but I
But
know exactly what you're saying there too. Like you don't want to ever not
I agree.
remember that. You
I
want to
mean, us
know
that have been in really
where you
serious stuff,
struggle.
we talk about like politics and all that being trash, but there's still some of those things that we hold very near and dear to our heart. And it's just a
Mm,
fact, you know what I mean? And none of us are willing to change that much to say, that doesn't bother me, because it there's things that I protect that still, I hold my life true to. Um, you were talking about you almost got violent on some dude in front of your daughters.
mm,
My kids are older, dog. So my daughter, literally had to lay hands on three of her boyfriends. Three of my three babies that I got in there. I had to lay hands on every one of their daddies,
mm,
and that's
Oh,
because they get a little. They want to get a physical with my daughter, and
that's
and
right.
you don't put hands on her. So, you know,
bro.
I'm an emotional dude, bro. I don't even in my late age I don't got tolerance for bullshit. I'm gonna be
When
honest with
it
you.
comes,
Yeah.
Joey was
it
talking
comes
about
to things
smoking
like
weed.
about my
No, I
daughter.
get you. And no, exactly. So Joey talks about smoking weed and how it's saved him,
Yeah.
and I'm lucky to live in the state that was the first to legalize it. And matter of fact, there was a time that I had a dispensary, a doctor's, but
Uh,
my friend Manuel was like, "Man, homie, you smoke a lot, no?" I talked to him. He's in prison, and he goes, "You smoke a lot." And I said, "Yeah, thank God for that. Thank God for this, brother, because I promise you, if I didn't have this, I'll probably be in there with you doing life, bro." I said, "Because this stuff kind of makes me think a little bit, but I'm still an emotional cat, dude. Like we was talking about, why we don't tap that. Joey has me thinking about content I don't want to do anymore. Like, man, I really don't want to tap into these stories because they bring with it a certain like demon. You know what I mean? And I don't want to. I'm like, man, I
hey,
don't like the person that if that brings out when I start talking about that stuff,
well,
because
I
I
had,
start feeling the type. So I was talking about how I told one of my cardinals, "Hey, I ain't with that no more. So leave, don't come and bring me that shit no more, because I'm not doing that." But
yeah,
at the same time, when I got on YouTube, these dudes were talking kind of foul about some of my homies and saying and trying to push a narrative. And I'm finding myself getting, you know what I mean, emotional. And I'm like, man, really, Connor? Like, you let that go so long ago. So I have to, check myself and be like, you know what? Doesn't matter what anyone says. That story already been written. It's okay,
yeah,
man. Speak your facts. You say whatever you want, and I'm
no, that's
okay
it.
with it. You know what I mean? But not that I'm a prone to not. This is about me, like a self gut check. Like, oh, what are you really made of? The
Mm,
tattoo I have, and yeah, it could bring some negativity to me. Has it ever? Not really. I'm a pretty big guy, and a lot of dudes don't really approach me with no bullshit. And you know, I just my story's about luck and change. And if somebody sees the tattoo and they don't funk with it, that's fine, cool. It is what it is. That's part of who I am.
That's
And I'm
right.
sorry if I'm sorry if it offends anybody. I am about change. I am about, because I've lived it. 22 years, it speaks for itself.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not easy to stay out 22 years. I was on paper for over 5 years. You know what I mean? No, 5 years. I was just short of 5 years because you had a 5-year mandatory tail here in Colorado. So, you
A
know what I
lot,
mean?
bro. That's a lot, man.
Yeah. So you got to stay out of trouble.
Shit, I was gonna say something. I
And they
forgot.
didn't let us smoke weed when I was on pro. I couldn't smoke no weed. I had to be cool for 5 years, and I didn't. I remember the last day I went to go sign my papers to get off parole. My pro officer looks at me and goes, you missed your last UA, huh? And I said, oh, I did. And he said, yeah. I said, you want me to go take it right now? And he goes, nah, you're done. And I signed the paper and I said, I'll never fucking see you again, but have a good life, homie. I'm gone. You know what I mean? I'm bouncing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Hell yeah, dude.
they used to come to my house, bro. I worked late night. I'd be sitting there watching my daughter. I worked graveyard. So I would watch my daughter. My wife would work the day shift. I worked the night shift. My newborn daughter, I'd sit there and watch. They come to my house and they go to my fridge and go to my cabinets and then come out and they'd be like, all right, late, why you home? It's like, I work graveyard. So it got to the point where they didn't even really come to my house no more. They knew there was no bullshit. You know what I mean? I wasn't living my life like that.
Dude.
Freedom is great though, man. That we have the freedom of expression. We have the freedom. I said we live in the greatest country in the whole world, and we do need unity, man. We do need not even unity. You know what? Complex situations demand complex conversations. So we got to be willing to sit down, no matter what side of the fence you are, and have that conversation because everybody has a point and everybody has something to bring to the table. Now, there's certain entities and people who are pushing up so much of an agenda that they're us trying to even have a conversation with them is considered violence and stuff like that. That's bullshit. That's protect. You just don't want to have the debate, and that's okay. It shows that you're standing on bullshit, and it's okay. People are gonna figure it out for themselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, like,
put themselves on a little level. You can't get it. Can't get it there.
Yeah. See, I look at you, man. Like, is it Conrad? You said?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're good, Ty.
So, like, I look at you, dude, and I think about like, here's the thing. In my opinion, look, at the end of the day, dude, nobody should fuck with your children. That was at the forefront of my mind when you said that. Nobody should fuck with your children. And as a parent, I believe that the law now has become so la-di-da. Let me put it this way: from where I come from, I grew up, when my dad was home and my mom was taking care of us. Like, that was the number one thing. You could do whatever the fuck you wanted to do, but don't fuck with their kids. Don't do it. That's like the button you don't press. So when somebody, like me growing up as a kid, I was brought up, you see somebody beating a woman up or putting his hands on a woman, get the fuck over there. Like,
Yeah.
the law will see it differently.
Hey,
That was then. This is
Yeah,
now.
but you got to realize, like, my daughter is with somebody like
Living the
street
life.
dudes, like no street. Yeah, they with the
Yeah.
business. They little gangsters. You know what I mean?
But you know
And
what, dude?
she don't even bring them around me because she knows I'm a good judge of character and I'm a tower. I've been shit, so
Right.
I know shit. So
Well,
it is what it is. I'll smell them in a heartbeat. She
Dad
don't bring them around
knows.
me. That's how I know it's a
Dad
dude.
knows.
right there,
So that being
Conrad,
said,
you're confirming what I told Joey a minute ago. And that was, okay, here's one way to look at it, dude. Okay, so maybe you had those two situations with your son, where they did what they did, but now, because of that, it's amplified in your brain. Hey, dude, that shit ain't coming in here. Like, you want to do that, go outside and do that. That don't come here.
I
And you
think
know what,
when you
dude?
have a daughter, that's amplified the day she born, bro.
That's
yeah,
right
yeah.
on the mold, dude.
So,
That's
but
right
these
on
is
the
little
mold.
gang members. You be funny. They file charges. They try to file charges, or they call the
What?
cops. One kid told me after I cracked him, he goes, "Oh, I'm calling the cops on my hood." And I
No
said, "Oh shit!"
gangster, huh?
I told my wife, I go, they calling the cops and they putting it on their hood now. I said, "Damn, shit's changed since I was a
Where they
kid."
do that at, bro? Damn, this is strange
Oh,
material.
No.
he called. I caught
What
him at the
the
dispense. I caught him at the dispense. He came walking out. He was so happy. He had his sack. He didn't even see me standing there. And I go, "What's up, bud?
hell?
What are you doing?" And he looked at me. Oh,
What?
I hit him with a big old headbutt. It was over, bro. The headbutt put it. He was all crying in the corner. No, please. I was like,
We
But
put
should
your hands
catch
up.
that
Put
little
your hands up,
statue,
dude.
bro.
right
Yeah,
there's
Hold
right
up.
there's a lesson, Conrad. Right there's a lesson. You want to fuck around and live that life and try and be a part of that and go into
yeah,
somebody's life that is changing. get ready for that adversity, because it ain't so fucking cool when you have to cover. You know, I mean,
Yeah. That's why I said life
Cody.
throws different things at you, and how we, we're different cats, we're different animals. Like I said, so some of us that were born in the streets, like I said, there's stuff that we'll die for, that we'll stand on, and
And I
regardless of
that, dude.
regardless of the consequences, if a cop would have came and got me, so
Yeah.
be it. I'll accept
Yep.
that.
Right.
I tried to love on that kid. That's a fact. When he was being sentenced, he was being sentenced in the he was
Yeah.
being sentenced. I think for a crime he did, and
Right.
I showed up. I showed up at his trial, and at the end of the thing, they asked me if I wanted to speak, and I got up, and this kid literally thought I was going to talk shit on him, and all I did was talk good and said, "I love you, homie. I hope you get through this." I go, "I know it's going to be hard." And I said, "You're my grandson's dad, and I wish things would have turned out different for you." And he broke down crying. He broke down crying right in this court. And when I was going home, all bullshit aside, my wife was like, she was like, "You're hurting, huh?" And I said, "Fuck yeah, I'm hurting. I feel like one of my kids just went to jail." And you know what I mean? I had a chance to really like thrash that kid, and I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I was like, "No, I'm not going to do that to him."
Was that
like,
before or after the first grandchild?
After my grandchild, and then after he had beat on her more than once, you know what I mean? And I was just like, "Hey, homie, I love you, bro. I hope you do good. I want you to do better. You're the father of my grandchild. I want the best." He broke down crying. It was crazy because his counselor said, "Yeah, he doesn't get along with Conrad. He don't get along." And that judge looked at him. He said, "I just heard that man talk about how he loved that kid and how he wants better for that kid." And he goes, and I didn't hear no hate in anything he said. And I didn't. I left all the personal stuff out of it because my daughter chose him. At the end of the day, my daughter chose him. And a lot of that comes from the brokenness when I wasn't there to be a father to her. You know what I mean? So I didn't speak no bad on the kid. I didn't want to see. And then when I left, bro, I felt like shit, dude. I'm going to be honest with you. I felt like shit. And I told my wife, I felt horrible right now. I feel like my kid just went to jail. You know what I mean? I was on tears, like the tears. I had tears. I was like, I know what that kid feels like right now. It's an empty feeling. It's fucked up feeling. And he made it through there. He made it through there. He got out, and he sees my grandson every now and then. I just wanted to be a better man. You know what I mean? Because like I said, they think I hate him, and I said, I don't want you to fail, bro. Because if that you fail, that means my grandson doesn't have a father. So I just want,
Hey,
be better, dog. Be better, homie. Be better, man.
No, that's real talk, Conrad.
keep doing you, dude, because this is what I was trying to say from the beginning. Like you, I'm not gonna say a bunch of nonsense, but I'm gonna put it this way, dude. You are in a position right now that is a very powerful position. Knowing what you know and being where you've been and living how you lived, it is going to help you escape that part of your life, that you're trying to let go by helping this kid or whatever, any kid that can come at you and be like, "Hey, dude, like, I want to be where you're at. Show me how to get where you're at so I don't have to go through all this." You're at a position, Conrad, where this dude's going to be looking at you because obviously he doesn't have somebody else to look at. So he's going
He
to look
doesn't. We have a good relationship now. He calls me and talks to me.
But think about this, dude. You can look at it two ways. Like from what I've seen in my city when I lived in San Jose, like you can look at it two ways. Either you had to put hands on him because of what it was, or you put hands on him because you give a fuck enough to try and be like, "Hey, dude, get it together. You're my daughter's. You're a part of my daughter. Therefore, I expect more of you." Like, and coming from somebody that's already gone down that road for him, he needs to look at it of, "Hey, dude, look, I'm speaking from experience and lost time, dude. Like, this is not something you want to commit to."
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, my daughter was the victim in his case, and then my daughter wanted me to go there to help her, because she was she was there, but she didn't testify. He got all crazy in a Walmart. The cops all seen it. He ran. He had a knife. He fought the cops. He was hemmed up. But he thought I was going to speak bad at him when it was time to speak on it, and I didn't. All I did was try to demonstrate love to him.
That's real though, Conrad, because like you stand on your morals as a man. Like, hey, dude, like we're gonna separate it here, and
Yeah,
it's what it is, you know.
yeah.
And plus,
No,
he's
but
the baby
love,
daddy at that point
love
too.
without accountability don't fly, man. You know what I mean?
Right,
Honestly, love without accountability
right.
doesn't fly. You gotta love and hold people accountable too. You know what I'm saying? And just be a good demonstration of what you like what you said. What you project is what you protect. You know what I
Right.
mean? And he's right.
Yeah.
So
You know, it's well, but this is how like and this is coming from like, you know, I don't know a shitload about that. I know people that have done it, but I look at it this way, like growing up, people make mistakes.
yes, sir.
Am I into throwing like I'll put it this way, dude, like if we're gonna get real, Joey knows this. 3 years, the last 3 years of my marriage, my ex-wife was physical with me. I don't believe in putting my hands on women, but my ex-wife handled me, and you know, it did some things to me psychologically because I've never thought in a mind state that I would ever be put in a position where I had to fear a woman interaction with me, like, and uh and that fucked me up, dude. But she was young, she didn't understand. Now, like, you know, now I'm sure she's different, and that's what I believe in. It's like, hey, dude, if you fuck around and do that, I'm not going to say it's right because it's never right, but that shit
No,
happens. But it's
it
about,
does.
did you learn from that, or are you going to keep fucking doing that is my question, you know? Like,
Yes, sir.
that's how
Yes,
I
sir.
look at it. That's how I look at the situation. Like, I've never been in that situation myself doing it, but hey, dude, it's happened to me. Do I resent her for it? Hey, dude, you know, everybody has their trip. Everybody has their shit that they go through in life and their
That
reasons
shit's
why they
wild.
do it, you know? Um, but at the end of the day, I know where I'm trying to go. And like, you know, I want people to look at me and, okay, yeah, you know, I've bumped my head and I've made my mistakes in life. But you know what, dude, I represent my, you know, I'm all about, you know, whatever your passion is, go do it. You know, I have a friend, he plays Afro-Cuban music. That's what he does. Okay. It's not my thing, but that's what he does. I drive a truck. I wanted to be a part of something. I'm part of a family business that I put flesh into to get where I'm at. And like, you know, I'm all about, hey, dude, like whatever you want to do. You want to be an electrician? You want to drive bulldozers? You want to drive dump trucks? You want to die? You know, you want to work at a port? And you know, anybody that tells you you can't get a card because you're a felon to get into the port has not done their research. Okay, because if you do state time somewhere and it's not something that involves you with the federal government, you can get a TWIC card. Don't don't let people tell you you can't. Okay. Um, TWIC cards open up a lot of stuff for you. If you want to be, you know, if you want to be a truck driver, now you can go into any port in the United States with that card. Um, you know, uh, or let's say maybe you want to work in a port or a refinery. You have to have a TWIC card because it's a certain classification. You know, you're going to be close to a very vulnerable area, so to speak. That's how they would put it. You
Yeah.
know, but
Shit.
again, you know, like in California, right? There's a lot of
Smoke
cement that's
weed every
imported.
day.
Hell yeah, hell yeah,
That's why I be turning my camera off.
yeah. Like the no, but really, dude, like out here, like you were saying, divert. Like, I don't know, dude. I don't know how to put it. Like, what I'm trying to get at is, dude, like what you're pushing as a person, you got to keep doing that, dude, because you're gonna reach
Yeah.
somebody, you're gonna change their life, dude.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
yeah.
you know, okay, you have those regrets, dude, but you know what? Uh, I didn't learn my lessons from anybody in my age category.
I don't regret nothing because I'm where I'm at. You know what I mean? So me regretting that and being like you said,
Well,
life's it's the lesson. It's the did you learn your lesson? Did you learn it? How'd you do? You
right.
know what I mean? At the end of the day, like I said, what we go through is what makes us who we are, man. And I'm
Mhm.
happy with who I am as a person. I'm comfortable with who I am as a person. Um, have I made all the right choices?
I
No.
look at it
Um, go ahead, my brother.
absolutely. I look at it like if I'm regretting where I'm at today in life, then I'm regretting my relationship with my wife.
Right.
Everything I
Any good you have, right? Yeah.
exactly, bro. Like I'm
All
I'm
that stuff refines you to who you are, man.
that wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? Exactly, Conrad.
Yep.
Yes. That's why when I hear you talk, brother, I'm like, man, you've been through some real shit. You know what I mean? That's why none of this, just sometimes do we get bothered with the bullshit? Yeah, it gets exhausting because the older I get, I'm like, it's like an old dog, man. You don't want to be messing with that. Don't be poking that old dog. That old dog gonna bite your ass. Some dudes on here have like a very some kinds of guy like I get it. They're like, well, that dude's a rat, and this. Hey, that don't mean that dude is not prone to violence. That shit. They talk about that penal guy, and I was like, bro, this dude has already pulled up and split somebody's wig, dog. He showed
Yeah.
he'll pull up. Like, hey, I'm just being honest.
He
Yeah,
know
maybe he does have
hilarious
that.
too.
Maybe he does have that jacket on him. But you know what? At the same day, he pulled up. So you don't think he ain't prone to violence? You know what I mean? I think a lot of these dudes are. I don't even know how to judge it. I'm like, are they characters? Are they
You
actually
never
really being
know. Yeah.
serious?
Like
You don't, and you don't know.
you
Like, is
gotta
this a character?
you gotta find out. You know what I mean? Like
It's just hard for
stick
me to take
around
somebody
eventually
serious when
you
they get
might
in and
see
like they troll
straight.
somebody, like and I'm not trying to pick on nobody, but DV like DVS. I was like, brother, just be quiet, homie. Just be quiet because the more you're talking, it really looking sus. And I'm not
Hey,
even trying to be taught. This is a real dude who's been through real shit and it looking sus, homie. But I feel you. You've been through some hard times in your life. I get
yeah,
that. But you come
yeah.
up here trying to push a whole different thing, bro. And I'm like, bro, it's really clown shit till it's not, homie. Like real talk. Like
That's
I'm not
that
I'm not
part.
saying nobody should
Yeah,
pull up. But if
yeah.
you do pull up, it gonna be a bad day for everybody, homie. I'm being honest with you. Someone going to the morgue and someone's going to prison. So ain't
I hear
nobody
you.
gonna win. Like don't
I know exactly what you're saying, man. Like
don't. I mean, and it's all for show, dog. It's all for
that's
show. And
what
it's like,
yeah,
bro,
that's what I'm
and
saying. Yeah,
and,
it's
and
figured
everyone
out.
has something to say. Like, but at the same time, it's like, dude, if you was really gonna pull up, you wouldn't be talking about it on here.
Yep.
Just being honest, why would you? Really, you gonna say that on live and then don't know who
Yeah,
recorded that? Hey,
yeah.
bro, facts. Hey, the feds be watching this stuff, dude. Let's be honest.
Yep.
They
Yeah.
be watching. I'm gonna
Yep.
tell you, my homie who riding them. They did a social experiment about about uh about AIDS and the AIDS. So he had somebody. They did a social experiment. It was all for to get people to focus on AIDS awareness. So what he did is he had a Google number. They called him. It was his friend calling him, but he put a voice thing on him, and he was talking. Hey, I have the virus, and I've been spreading it to so and so, all these girls, and everybody tapped in the city. I mean, it blew up, and the people went
Yeah.
crazy. Oh, this is fake. I think I know who this is. I know who this is, and the cops called him. And I guess that the CBI ran their voice through their database, and it
Hey,
takes it filtered out their voice. So anytime we get on here on a live or something, we're in a database of a voice recognition.
they
So
don't
if you
know.
get up, if you get up one day and get a wild hair up and you try to pull some funny style, they gonna know who you are. Even if you
Right.
have a voice, they gonna know who you are. They got all the
Hey,
shit to figure it
word.
out.
Yeah, they got us, bro. They
Put it like this.
fingerprinted our vocal cords.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm gonna put it like this. Like some of us that have been online for a while, doing lives, doing content, long form, whatever the case may be, and we have channels. Now our voices can be picked up by AI,
Yep.
Hmm.
and
To a
people
T, like
AI at this point
Mm-hmm.
because our voice is used frequently enough online for AI to be able to pick it up and imitate it. Whereas just the
mhm.
average person, they're not online like that. So I mean,
Yeah.
things are changing rapidly, man, in the world, and just in social media, and just everything. And
He
you know,
he said the cops called him and told him, "We know this is you. What's going on? Or is this true?" And he's like, "No, we're doing a social experiment." They wanted him to take the video down. He goes, "We're not taking it down." But the cops knew who he was. They were like, "We're investigating this." I was like, "Damn." I mean, come on now. That's why you got to be careful what you're saying on here, what you're talking, what you're pushing, because let's be quite frank. You know what I mean? It's crazy. They watch this stuff. So for intel, people will get somebody a charge, or you know. I remember when that shooting popped off in New Mexico at the run last year. My brother was right there. My brother called me. I seen it. I heard it on the news. There was a shooting, the Red River Run, and it was the bandits and the water dogs. They got down, and Vegas got an interview with dude. Vegas got an interview with dude, and then he collabed with the motorcycle dudes, and those motorcycle dudes were trying to have that dude. He came on, the shooter, and trying to have him say that he did some shit. And Vegas was like, "Hey, bud, don't answer none of these questions. We're not talking about that. We don't want you to talk." And those dudes got pissed at him.
What?
Like, you'll catch somebody a case on here, bro. What are you talking about? That dude
Yeah, they'll
he
do it
ended
for
up
them
getting
quick.
off. He ended up getting off on that. So
yeah, man.
Mm.
That's why, like anything I talk about, I've always been very careful. One,
yes,
I've always talked about things that have already transpired. I've always already went through the penal system and adjudicated and completely done. There's no chance of appeal. But even then, I don't say names. I never brought up, I mean,
yeah,
specific institutions. I was very careful on how I presented those stories, man.
yeah.
Just because, like you said, man, things can be used, and you never know. Somebody might be going through an appeal or something,
See,
and I mean, they might, bro. Anything could
I
happen.
pulled I pulled down one of my videos because of that. Somebody reached out to me and was saying, "Hey, man, my brothers are up for appeals. Can you please take this down?" And I
Right.
said,
I'm
"Yeah,
gonna,
for sure,
I'm gonna, I'm
respectfully."
gonna,
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna put with that little the movie thing or whatever. When I get back to telling my stories, I'm gonna put the little movie to like some names and places in these
Have been
events.
changed. Yeah,
Things,
yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm gonna start putting that up before I tell one of my story videos, man.
absolutely.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just
We
started.
don't want to get nobody no case, man.
Yeah, like out of all these new channels that have popped up, there's only one that I really support, and it's because I've gotten to personally know him, and that's Renegade Media. I like his channel. I like what he stands about. I follow him on both social media
But
platforms, and that dude's
but
trying to be bad, dude.
but even him, I understand that. But
Yeah,
even him, he's pushing some of the stuff that could really,
some
you know what
sauces.
I mean? Like you're really touching on some nerves there, brother. And I salute to you. And I wish nothing
Right.
but the best. But you're going down a dangerous road, bro.
He
I'm just
is.
being honest with you. Like, and a lot of dudes, even like street dudes, that dudes from his own clique are like, "Hey, bro, you talking about things that are little," you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
salute to him. He's very talented, and he's doing him. He's staying in his lane. I wish nothing but the best, but
You got a
some
bunch of
things that
But
we
stuff.
talk
he
about,
does touch on some really hot shit, dude.
you're
I
talking
agree.
some serious people, man.
Yeah.
And his face is out there, and people know who he is. So,
And
um,
let's make the point on this right here, because like, some people, refer to me as a rat and all this. Okay, let me just explain one thing real quick. Nobody ever did time. No, there was no case against
yeah.
anybody or anything against anything that transpired with me. This was a gang debriefing. That's what.
Debriefing, yeah, like
And
you, yeah,
if anybody knows anything about gang debriefing, there's a process. It's anyways. I'm not even going to get into all that. But some of this stuff that people are doing online though could be technically classified as snitching or dry snitching. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, people been said that for years, haven't they? They say
Yeah,
self snitching. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So like,
yeah.
there's a lot
or
of
not even
self
that.
snitching
Telling
going
on
on,
other
but there's
people.
also yeah. Yeah.
You know what
Well, I mean, because like there's stories that I won't tell, right? Like I'll tell stories, but there's stories I won't tell, man. Just for simple facts. But I don't know, man. Like You know, but at the same time, these dudes, because you know, the whole civilian, are they civilian or are they something like, you know, the whole civilian shit comes into it, and then, but it's like Conrad was saying, man, these little gangsters around his way. He's saying, so I guarantee it ain't just his way. They talking about they gonna call the police on hood. Like, what kind of
Right,
gangster shit is that, bro? So, I
right.
mean, you know,
Long
like
gone. Have a
the
great
the
day. Thank
the
you.
whole snitch thing, man. Yeah, long gone. Appreciate you subbing up. Um, the whole snitch thing is completely different than it was in the '90s, man.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It's
I mean, it's just, the social media thing's funny, man. And like, Conrad said, there's a fine line there, man. And when you're talking about certain organizations, man, like you got to really be careful on how you approach these things and everything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't
Man,
speak on anything like that, really, man.
yeah, man. And that's,
so
and even like just regular people like speaking on street dudes, like when they're not really involved in that, but they're putting people's business out there, speaking on people's business, man, and their information's out there, their address, all
mhm.
that, you know what I mean? Like, and people will reach out and touch somebody, bro. Like
Yeah.
you might say the wrong thing about the wrong person, and they might just reach out and touch you. And that's what's
Mhm.
so dangerous about it, because you got kids in your house, you got family.
Yes.
I'm not talking about anybody here. I'm just saying in general. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
In their house,
Yeah.
they got family, and it's like, and then here you go, you're putting people's business out there. You really ain't got no business speaking on.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean? You could bring trouble. You could call upon trouble to come your way and not even realize it, really. And that's the cold part, man. People should be really
Yeah.
careful, you know.
Anything I've ever done, it's already out in the paper. Everything I spoke on, it's all public information. You know what I mean? It
Right.
was really like just profiling
Right.
the gang, not just letting
Yeah.
them know what their origins were. And
Yeah,
even that
yeah.
got looked at. Even that got looked at kind of bad. So reached
Well,
out to me and was like,
it
"Oh,"
gets
and I was like,
attention.
"Look, dude." So because there was a war that took place, and I said, "Look, dude, I took all the bad blood and all the politics out of that story. So you can get mad if you want to, but if Paula Woodworth or any of these newscasters have the right to speak on it, I definitely have the right to speak on it. You ain't gonna go press them. You
Facts.
Right.
it missed me with that shit. Like, come on, homie. Like, really? And I gave them their flowers. I didn't make them look bad. Like I said, I never, it is what I've had dudes talk crazy about my thing, and they were like, hey, just stop already. Like, wave the white flag, and I was like, you didn't just offend me, homie. You offended like way more than hey, I'm cool with it. I'm not even active, bro. I'm not pushing that. But there's
Right.
still dudes that are, and
Hmm.
and God forbid, you don't know who they are, and if they, dude, there's a dude here. He's doing time, and I'm not even gonna bring his name up, but he's doing time, and he's talking all this high power stuff, and he once was that, but he's talking that high power stuff behind the walls here in Colorado. And he tried to like politic on me and my boys. He tried to like speak on some stuff. He went through a whole narrative out there. And I said, homie,
Mm-mm.
I know what prison you're in, and you're on a sensitive needs yard, homie. So I'm gonna let that be the factor. You've been on skates for 20 years, and you can't tell me nothing different. So it's all good. I'm not mad at him. He said what he said. I didn't disrespect him in any way. His homeboy went and threatened me with him, and I was like, I didn't even say nothing about his homie. His homie got mad because he did a live. OG clipped a video, and it was roughly about a crime he committed and a child being a victim. And the only thing I said is I spoke on the OG's video. I said that's all bad. That's all bad. That's it. I didn't call no one a POS. I didn't say nothing like F that dude, none of that. And he got upset about it, you know. And I, there's dudes on here that just have mental health problems, and real talk, they probably shouldn't be on here, but they are. They don't know
Yeah.
how to get out of there, and we've seen many of them. There's a
But this
multi
shit's
choice.
addictive too. Like folks get
Yeah,
on here, bro, they get addicted. You know what I
there's
mean?
my
It's
boy
easy.
Conical. So yeah, so it's just crazy to me. I'm gonna let everyone say what they're gonna say. I seen that it was having an effect on a woman, and I was like, man, I can't be part of that because I know that look. I know when my wife looks like that with that stress on her face, and I'm
Mhm.
not gonna be the one that's the blunt of that woman's stress. So
Right.
I'm sorry that your husband's already, doing all that time and he's double downing. He's gonna double down on this whole thing. I mean, to me, that's crazy. You already sacrificed everything that is the most
Yeah.
important, and now you double downing on YouTube, homie. So it's all good, homie. I like I said, I promised I'd keep their name out my mouth, and I'm doing that. So salute to them. I hope I'm nothing but the best. So
That's right.
everyone's going to speak their shit on here. Go ahead, talk about what you want. I know the story's already been written. I'm not mad about it. I moved on from that. I hope you
Right.
do one day too. And don't feel like you have to talk that high powered shit at like 40 something years old, 48. That's a sad place, bro.
Man, bro.
We're talking
That's
about
what
growth here.
Yeah, bro. That's why I've been sitting back thinking about it and long and hard, man. And it's like 45 years old I am now. And bro, what do I look like fucking being on YouTube arguing over stupid ass shit, bro? Come on, man. So like, yeah,
But sometimes we do it though, because
I
sometimes we
know,
do
I
it
know.
because,
I
hey,
fall
we're
short,
wounded
bro.
too, bro.
Yeah,
I'm scarred
bro,
too.
I fall
I'm scarred
short.
too, homie. I
Yeah,
got PTSD too. I'm sorry. I
I
find
like
dumb
that
shit
day when
funny
I was up
sometimes.
there with DVS, man. Like I found
No.
out he hopped like 3 different hoods. I was like, fuck it, man. I'm going up here and clowning this dude. He sure had a lot to say about me.
I saw you go there.
You know what I mean? He sure had a lot to say about me, man. So I had to go
You
up
know,
there and just let him know, like, look, you would have been all bad from day one, bro. Like, you know
he
what I mean?
rolled it. He rolled it up off the streets. Down like I rolled it up, but you rolled it up off YouTube.
Fuck, bro. I couldn't believe it, dog. So I mean, I get it, bro. Like sometimes it happens, bro. Like, we fall short, man, because it
Alexandro,
is what it
salute,
is,
bro.
man. But
Yeah.
I try not to.
No,
Man.
hey, bro.
But,
No, I get you. But sometimes it's fun, bro. You got to get your clown on, especially when somebody's trying to get on your bumper and then they expose themselves like that. It's like,
oh, yeah.
you probably should have just been quiet, homie, because you started talking and all the real ones are like, what? Wait, what part of the game is that, dog? What?
Right.
Really? I had 10 different nicknames. I'm going to be honest with you. I never had a nickname, dog. My name's Conrad. I'm like, I got a German name, and I'm from a Mexican neighborhood, and there's only like one Conrad that was kicking up dust. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I used to get beat. I got beat up for that name, bro. I used to get picked on, dog. I didn't have a dad. It not until my mom got with her high school sweetheart, who was an Italian, and this dude was a savage, bro. So he's the one who kind of taught me how to be a savage, and like I said, he didn't teach me all the right things, and he wasn't positive, but salute to him, bro, because if I wasn't that character when I went to prison, I would have been somebody's play toy. Let's be honest. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Jeez.
Hey, real quick, man, I just got to say, man, salute the Chronicles, man, and I hope him and his wife and his family are doing
They're awesome, man. I dig them.
Great people, man, just amazing people. And salute to all my peeps out there in Arizona, man. Yeah, man. Chronicles is good people, man. I've been tapping in with him for a while now. I don't really get in the comments much, but like I'll watch on because like, a lot of times he'll go live late because I'm on the East Coast, so he'll go live late, but I'll watch on the TV, like you know what I mean.
Nice.
So I'll just be chilling there watching his shit, man. If I can't sleep or whatever, but a lot of respect for him, man.
Salute to Cricket, man. Him and his wife, beautiful people for real.
Yep, good people, man. Change. Man. That's change.
Exactly, brother. Demand better from yourself. Like, you know what I mean? I don't even want this though. I ain't trying to gangbang with nobody on YouTube, bro. Like I said, I'm pushing 50, bro. What the hell?
Yeah, how that look? You know what I mean? Like, shit.
Conrad, you are promoting change though, because not the way they used to be.
Oh, hey, my wife gets upset with me when I like go in on some of these lames on here. She gets mad. She's like, "What are you doing?" Like, and she's right, dude. She's right. She steers me in that right direction. Like, hey, dummy, you're supposed to be promoting this. Like,
open the door. Ask people in the chat.
Give you the look.
She'll open the door and be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Shut up!"
I hear you. Salute to her, bro. Those are the ones who keep us anchored, my brother.
Straight up.
If not, our vessels don't go adrift, bro. Our vessel goes adrift, and we ain't always the best navigators, bro.
Yeah,
we'll crash out.
Like
she won't be disrespectful, but she'll tell me. You know what I mean? Like, hey, shut up.
Oh no. My wife's like that too. No, my wife's like that too. We've been together since I was 15 years old, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, she rode with me through prison. She's
Hell
been
yeah.
with me since I was 15.
Awesome,
We've been married 22 years. We got married when I got out of prison. So
See what I mean?
I was telling her, I told her last night because of our anniversary, I go, yeah, I traded one prison for the other. And she started laughing. Well, it was funny.
Happy anniversary,
I had
man.
court tickets. Huh?
Happy
What's that,
anniversary,
bro?
bro. Congratulations on
Thank you,
that.
my brother. I appreciate you. It was funny
Yes,
because
sir.
I had to go straighten out all my driving tickets that I had while I was in prison. They didn't go away. So to get my license, I had to go to court on these tickets, and I paid I think I had to pay like $1,000. And while I was doing that, and I was in court, she was up there trying to talk to the magistrate and get a date. And the magistrate says, "Well, I got time today." So my wife goes down and talks to the clerk, and the clerk goes, "Yeah, we're gonna put his on the bottom." And the judge goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna call you back up here, sir. You got a date with the magistrate." He goes, "Respects and congratulations on." So my wife, I got bamboozled. Nah, I'm just messing. I was
Oh,
on it,
hell,
man.
man.
She's
Backdoor.
yeah. So I had to pay like $1,000 fine, and then got married at the same time, and then had to deal with all my traffic tickets.
Man,
Yeah.
that's some shit, bro.
Hey, bro,
That's
the first
right.
day, hey man, real story. The first date I ever went on with my wife, bro. Me and Leslie have been married for we got married May 2011. So you know what I mean?
Salute.
Yeah, we've been married 14 years, you know what I mean, almost
Congratulations.
15. But
That's a
the first
milestone.
date I ever went on with her was in the first truck I had ever bought. I've driven stolen cars and stuff before I went to prison. That was it. Never owned a car, never had a driver's license, right? Went to prison at 18. So when I came home, first time ever having a driver's license, I had a learner's permit. And I got my truck though. I saved up, got my first truck, a Dodge Ram, right? 1500, extended cab, long bed, the
There you
whole
go.
nine.
There you go.
And the only reason I could drive that truck on our first date was because she was a licensed driver in the passenger seat with me.
So,
So
Hey,
she
she
had
knew,
to
you know what I mean? She knew.
she had to drive to where you were with the truck so you could get her
Yeah,
in it.
yeah, man. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous, man, driving with her in
I
there, man.
bet,
You
bro.
know, because but it was cool. It was cool, man. Driving my first truck ever, man. You know what I mean? But
that's
it
dope.
was just a good memory, man, to have with her. Original. Not too many people would have memory like that. But yeah, that's funny.
Salute.
No,
Yeah,
you're right.
salute
That's an original memory right there.
Right.
to my life, man. Die hard, man.
Yes, sir.
Well, listen, man. I think I'm gonna start wrapping it up, guys, because
Yes,
she's about
sir.
to get home in a little bit. And
I'm gonna tap out. Thank you, Joey, for having me on, brother.
man, always,
Yes,
brother.
sir. It's been
Pleasure
fun, man.
coming up, man. Corrupt, man.
We
Ty, all you guys,
we
man.
got, we got to get a vertical going, and we'll set this shit on fire.
Yeah, let's do it, man. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out. A good
Yes,
time,
sir.
man. Maybe on like a Friday or Saturday night and make it
Yes,
pop,
sir.
man. Because we can
Yes,
all
sir.
stream it out to our channels and
Yes. Yes.
just push
Bring
it.
in new viewers. Yeah, bring in new viewers. So
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. Salute teaching every one of you, man.
Get
Thank
it,
you.
bro. I need a
Thank you, my
sub
brother
push.
Ty.
Great combo today,
I
man.
need to
Great
get the
conversation.
I need to get the 500, bro. I need to get the sub push going, man. I need to do something like
Well,
that.
let's do one of them
Sub
vertical
push
lives and
going.
link the channels, brother. You, Rocky Strong. I've been promising Rocky. I owe that to Rocky actually. So let's get some of the Thunder Gang up in there, and
Usually,
let's push some of your channels.
hey, bro. Usually, Rocky and I usually go live together. We do a rockin' with Ruck either Monday or Tuesday of every week down there.
Yeah, I
What are you
usually get off at work at
doing
5 o'clock.
Tuesday?
Before that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just dropped
We don't.
Corrupt's link right in the chat. So if you haven't subscribed to Corrupt, please subscribe to Corrupt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be
man,
nice.
definitely,
I
man. I'll
appreciate
help
it.
you get there,
Thank you,
Corrupt.
sir.
What you do.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
let's
bro.
get it
But
on, man.
Conrad, like
Yes, sir.
Tuesday, man, like it'd be about 7 o'clock your time, because we usually go around somewhere around 9 o'clock my time.
Let's do it.
But
Let's do it.
we do it like every Monday or Tuesday, man. We do Rocking with Ruck, and we could tie all three of them together, man. Special guest host, and have it on your channel too, and be running it all virtual.
So I put my number in the private
about
chat, bro. So go ahead and get at me. So that way you can tap in right there with the number. That's a better way to just text me. And you too, Feathers. So my number's in the chat, man. Let's get one going. Thank you, brother. Respects to you and everybody, and you and your wife have a blessed day, brother.
Hey, likewise, brother. Likewise.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You guys have a beautiful day.
Too, brother. All right, Corrupt.
Everybody in the chat, appreciate you greatly. Fetters, appreciate you letting me come up, brother. Conrad, always good to see you.